Across the vast expanse of our planet, there exists a place where the connection to the past is so profound that exploring it can feel like stepping into a time machine. Ethiopia is a land of awe-inspiring ancient architecture, from its majestic rock-hewn churches to millennia-old dwellings carved directly into cliffsides. It is a country where traditions remain remarkably unique, including polygamous marriages, communities that interact with some of Africa's most dangerous wildlife, and controversial customs like the marriage by abduction, a practice in which a man captures a woman to make her his wife. Beyond its traditions, Ethiopia is often referred to as the cradle of humanity. The country is also home to the Danakil Desert, an environment so extreme it is considered one of the most inhospitable places on Earth. With scorching temperatures exceeding 60 degrees Celsius, 140 degrees Fahrenheit, this unforgiving landscape is inhabited by a resilient and mysterious tribe that has adapted to conditions no ordinary human could survive for more than an hour. Ethiopia is also the birthplace of coffee, discovered centuries ago when shepherds noticed that certain red berries gave their goats an unusual burst of energy. And perhaps one of its most intriguing mysteries lies in the heart of the country, the legendary Ark of the Covenant, a sacred relic said to be fiercely protected by a solitary and enigmatic monk known as the Guardian of the Ark. Stay with us as we uncover these and many more fascinating aspects of Ethiopia, one of the most extraordinary and historically rich countries on Earth. Let's begin. As you will soon see, traveling through Ethiopia, visiting its ancient cities like Aksum and Lalibela, exploring its churches, and witnessing its breathtaking rock-carved structures, feels like stepping through a portal into the past. With its vast cultural heritage, monumental architecture, and enduring ancestral traditions, Ethiopia offers an experience unlike any other. Geographically, Ethiopia is located in the Horn of Africa, in the northeastern part of the African continent. Its terrain is incredibly diverse, featuring towering highland plateaus, rugged mountain ranges, and expansive desert regions. The climate varies drastically, from scorching arid zones to cool, high-altitude areas, creating an environment as varied as its culture. This unique geography has shaped Ethiopia's history in profound ways, fostering civilizations that have endured for thousands of years. With a population exceeding 120 million people, Ethiopia is the second most populous nation in Africa, after Nigeria. The country's religious landscape is also diverse, with 70% of Ethiopians identifying as Christian, 29% as Muslim, and around 1% following indigenous traditional beliefs. The population is densely concentrated in both urban centers, such as Addis Ababa, and rural agricultural regions. Speaking of Addis Ababa, Ethiopia's capital city sits at an elevation of over 3,000 meters, 9,800 feet, above sea level, making it one of the highest capital cities in the world. It is also a major diplomatic hub, second only to Geneva in terms of the number of embassies and international organizations it hosts. Spanning approximately 1.1 million square kilometers, 425,000 square miles, Ethiopia is one of the largest countries in Africa, comparable in size to nations like Peru in South America. Despite its vastness, many Ethiopian communities have preserved their traditional ways of life for centuries, offering an unparalleled glimpse into the past. Ethiopia's historical depth is as remarkable as its rugged terrain. In 1974, the world was introduced to one of the most significant discoveries in the history of human evolution, Lucy, the oldest and most complete fossil of an early hominin species ever found. This groundbreaking discovery, made in Ethiopia's Rift Valley, provided invaluable insight into the origins of modern humans, dating back an astonishing 3.5 million years. If you're wondering why this ancient ancestor was given such a Western-sounding name, here's an interesting fact. The name Lucy was inspired by the Beatles' song, Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds, which was playing in the background at the scientists' campsite at the time of her discovery. The unearthing of Lucy cemented Ethiopia's position as a key player in the story of human origins. Known as the mother of our species, she represents a crucial link in our evolutionary history. Ethiopia holds a crucial place in the evolutionary journey that led to the emergence of Homo sapiens. This direct link to humanity's deep past makes Ethiopia not only a country of immense historical and cultural significance but also a site of profound scientific value. The discovery of Lucy and other early hominin fossils reinforces the idea that Ethiopia is indeed the cradle of humanity, as evidence suggests that this region has been one of the most pivotal locations in human evolution. Beyond its prehistoric significance, Ethiopia's history is marked by a legacy that stretches back thousands of years, intertwining fact, legend, and grandeur. It is a land shrouded in mystery, where ancient stories blend with real historical events, creating a culture rich in tradition and deep-rooted pride. One of Ethiopia's most legendary figures is the Queen of Sheba, an iconic character from the Old Testament. According to Ethiopian scriptures and oral traditions, the Queen of Sheba, believed to have ruled from what is now Aksum, in northern Ethiopia, undertook an epic journey to Jerusalem to visit King Solomon. This meeting, described in biblical texts, is one of the most famous encounters in ancient history, showcasing the Queen's wisdom, intelligence, and leadership. The encounter between King Solomon and the Queen of Sheba not only left a lasting imprint on biblical history but also established an enduring mythical and cultural connection between Ethiopia and ancient Jerusalem. Even today, her legacy continues to shape Ethiopian identity, with many Ethiopians believing that their royal lineage descends from this ancient union. Aksum, the Queen of Sheba's legendary city, remains one of Ethiopia's most sacred and historically significant sites. In ancient times, the Kingdom of Aksum was one of the world's most powerful civilizations. It was a center of trade, culture, and architecture, thriving as one of Africa's most influential cities. Its grand monuments, towering obelisks, and ancient inscriptions bear witness to a civilization that once rivaled the greatest empires of antiquity. Today, Aksum is best known for being the guardian of one of the most sacred relics in religious history, the Ark of the Covenant. According to Ethiopian tradition, this legendary artifact, said to contain the stone tablets inscribed with the Ten Commandments, is housed in Aksum's Church of Saint Mary of Zion. Local belief holds that only one person, a devoted monk known as the guardian of the Ark, is allowed to see and protect it. He is the sole caretaker, living in complete seclusion, devoting his life to guarding this sacred relic. The mystery surrounding the Ark of the Covenant has transformed Aksum into a spiritual epicenter, drawing pilgrims, scholars, and adventurers eager to uncover its secrets. Though no outsider has been allowed to verify its presence, the unwavering devotion to the Ark has kept Aksum at the heart of Ethiopia's religious and historical identity. Beyond its ancient roots, Ethiopia is also known for its unyielding resistance against colonization, a distinction that sets it apart from most African nations. In 1896, Ethiopia became the first African nation to defeat a European colonial power when it triumphed over Italy at the Battle of Adwa. This monumental victory marked a defining moment in the fight against European imperialism, inspiring liberation movements across the continent. Even when Italy attempted to invade again in 1935, Ethiopia's resistance remained strong, and by 1941, the country had successfully regained its sovereignty. This spirit of defiance, coupled with Ethiopia's rugged and inaccessible terrain, played a crucial role in preserving its cultural, historical, and natural treasures from foreign domination. Unlike many nations that underwent extensive foreign rule, Ethiopia has never been fully colonized. Although it faced a brief occupation by Italy in the 20th century, it maintained its independence and emerged as one of the few nations in the world to resist external rule. This resilience has allowed Ethiopia to preserve its unique customs, ancient architectural wonders, and deeply rooted traditions, safeguarding its identity for future generations. This strong cultural continuity is evident in Ethiopia's official language, Amharic, which has remained a pillar of national identity for centuries. Amharic, one of the world's oldest written languages, has endured millennia of history, serving as a living testament to Ethiopia's deep heritage. As we explore Ethiopia further, we will uncover even more of its extraordinary traditions, historical monuments, and ways of life that offer a true window into the past. This is a country where history is not just preserved, it is alive, breathing, and woven into everyday life. Ethiopia's timeless treasures, culture, architecture, and natural wonders. Ethiopia's geographical complexity and historical independence have played a crucial role in preserving its rich cultural heritage. Unlike many nations that have undergone cultural assimilation, Ethiopia has managed to maintain its ancient cities, ancestral traditions, and deeply rooted customs, offering visitors an experience that feels both mysterious and profoundly connected to the past. Among the many places that capture Ethiopia's unique character, Lalibela stands out as a true architectural and spiritual marvel. Known as one of the most extraordinary religious sites in the world, Lalibela is home to rock-hewn churches that seem almost otherworldly. These breathtaking structures, carved directly into solid volcanic rock, date back to the 12th century. Rather than being built upward, the churches were excavated downward, a process that required exceptional skill and deep devotion. Artisans meticulously chiseled the stone, shaping intricate churches that remain fully integrated into the surrounding landscape. The most famous of these structures is St. George's Church, instantly recognizable by its perfectly symmetrical cross shape. This site serves as a powerful symbol of Ethiopia's enduring religious devotion and cultural heritage, attracting pilgrims and visitors from around the world. Aksum, the heart of an ancient empire. Another window into Ethiopia's past is Aksum, the capital of the legendary Aksumite Empire. One of the most influential civilizations of the ancient world, Aksum was a center of trade, politics, and monumental architecture. The city's massive obelisks, royal tombs, and ancient inscriptions reveal a civilization of great complexity and sophistication. The Aksumite Empire played a crucial role in shaping early African and Middle Eastern trade routes, maintaining connections with Egypt, Rome, and India. The towering obelisks, known as stelae, remain some of the tallest monolithic structures ever created, a testament to the engineering and artistic brilliance of the Aksumites. As mentioned earlier, Aksum is also home to one of Ethiopia's greatest mysteries, the Ark of the Covenant. According to Ethiopian tradition, this sacred relic, said to contain the Ten Commandments, is housed within the Church of St. Mary of Zion and protected by a single monk, known as the Keeper of the Ark. Though no one aside from this guardian is allowed to see the Ark, its presence remains a central pillar of Ethiopian religious identity. The Rift Valley, a landscape of evolution and transformation. Stretching from northeastern to southwestern Ethiopia, the Great Rift Valley is one of the most dramatic geological formations on Earth. This immense rift, which divides the African continent into two distinct parts, is not only a breathtaking natural wonder but also a site of profound scientific importance. The Rift Valley is where some of humanity's earliest ancestors, including the famous Lucy, Australopithecus afarensis, were discovered. These fossils provide irrefutable evidence of Ethiopia's role in human evolution, reinforcing its title as the cradle of humanity. Beyond its historical importance, the Rift Valley is a landscape of astonishing diversity. From deep lakes and vast plains to towering mountains and active volcanoes, the region offers an ever-changing panorama of natural beauty. It is a place where one can witness the forces of nature at work, shaping and reshaping the land over millions of years. The Danakil Desert, the hottest place on Earth. For those seeking extreme landscapes, the Danakil Desert is one of the most unforgiving and surreal environments on the planet. Located in northeastern Ethiopia, the Danakil is officially the hottest inhabited place on Earth, with temperatures soaring up to 60 degrees Celsius, 140 degrees Fahrenheit. This otherworldly desert is a land of volcanic craters, boiling lava lakes, and toxic geysers, making it one of the most geologically active and hostile places in the world. Despite its extreme conditions, life persists, as local Afar communities have adapted to the harsh desert environment, living off the salt trade that has existed here for centuries. The Dalal hydrothermal field, one of the most visually striking areas of the Danakil, features acidic hot springs, salt formations, and neon-colored mineral deposits, creating a landscape that looks like it belongs to another planet. Scientists even study this region to understand how life might exist on Mars. Ethiopia, a land of endless wonders. From the spiritual majesty of Lalibela to the ancient power of Aksum, the geological marvels of the Rift Valley, and the unforgiving extremes of the Danakil Desert, Ethiopia is a country of astonishing contrasts and unparalleled history. Its unique blend of heritage, nature, and resilience makes it one of the most captivating destinations on Earth. A place where the past is etched into the land itself and where the echoes of history can still be felt in every corner. Surviving the unforgiving Danakil Desert. The Afar people, one of Ethiopia's most resilient ethnic groups, have adapted to the harsh conditions of the Danakil Desert, an environment where most humans would struggle to survive for even a few hours. Living in nomadic or semi-nomadic communities, they move according to the shifting desert conditions and the availability of essential resources. One of their main sources of livelihood is salt gathering, a practice that dates back centuries. They extract salt from the vast Danakil salt flats, cut it into slabs, and transport it across the region using camel caravans, continuing an ancient trade that has sustained their way of life for generations. In addition, they raise livestock, particularly camels and goats, which provide milk, meat, and trade opportunities. Cultural traditions of the Afar people. In response to the extreme desert conditions, the Afar practice polygamy, a tradition that has historically helped their communities manage the scarcity of resources and intense labor demands. This social structure fosters stronger family bonds and allows for a more equitable distribution of responsibilities, especially in an environment where survival requires collective effort. Polygamy is not exclusive to the Afar. In many pastoralist communities, having multiple wives ensures larger families, which means more labor for agriculture and livestock herding. This system has helped maintain stability in Ethiopia's most challenging environments. Now that you've learned about Ethiopia's fascinating landscapes, people, and traditions, we'd love to hear from you. Would you visit Ethiopia? Could you survive the Danakil Desert? Would you embrace the Afar way of life? Pause the video and leave your thoughts in the comments. Your engagement helps us continue to create unique and insightful travel documentaries every week. The challenge of exploring Danakil. Visiting the Danakil Desert requires careful preparation due to its intense heat, lack of water, and hazardous volcanic activity. Travelers must be accompanied by experienced guides, carry specialized equipment, and take extreme precautions against dehydration, heat stroke, and toxic gas exposure. Despite its dangers, the Danakil Desert attracts adventurers and scientists alike. Researchers study the region's unique geology and climate, as its harsh environment provides clues about how life might exist on other planets, like Mars. For those willing to endure its extreme conditions, Danakil offers a glimpse into one of Earth's most otherworldly landscapes. Timeless cities, Gondar and Harar. Beyond its natural and geological wonders, Ethiopia is home to two cities frozen in time, where history comes alive through architecture, tradition, and daily life. Gondar, known as the Camelot of Africa, boasts a stunning collection of 17th-century castles and fortresses, built during the reign of Emperor Fasilides. The royal enclosure, with its stone palaces and intricately designed churches, showcases the medieval grandeur of Ethiopia's former emperors. The churches of Gondar, decorated with vivid frescoes, narrate biblical and historical stories, adding to the city's timeless charm. Meanwhile, on the eastern side of Ethiopia, Harar stands as one of Africa's most well-preserved walled cities. Its narrow, winding alleys, colorful markets, and ancient mosques reflect its status as a historic center of Islamic culture and trade. Harar is also famous for its unique tradition of feeding wild hyenas, a practice that has been carried out for centuries, symbolizing the city's harmonious relationship between humans and wildlife. Ethiopia, a land of endless discovery. From the spiritual majesty of Lalibela and the ancient power of Aksum to the extreme landscapes of the Danakil Desert and the historical charm of Gondar and Harar, Ethiopia is a country of astonishing contrasts. Its rich history, breathtaking nature, and resilient cultures make it one of the most remarkable destinations on Earth. A land where the past and present merge into a story unlike any other. Harar, a city of culture, history, and wild hyenas. Nestled in the eastern highlands of Ethiopia, Harar is a city that feels like a step back in time. Its labyrinthine streets, vibrant marketplaces, and centuries-old architecture reflect its history as a major center of Islamic culture and trade. But what truly sets Harar apart is one of the world's most unique traditions, the feeding of wild hyenas. Every evening, as the sun sets over the ancient walls of Harar, a remarkable ritual takes place. Residents and professional hyena feeders gather at the city's outskirts, calling out to the wild hyenas that roam the area. These hyenas, usually feared for their powerful jaws and scavenging nature, approach the feeders in a display of mutual trust. The feeders, known for their bravery and deep connection with these animals, hand-feed them raw meat, sometimes even holding it in their mouths for the hyenas to take. This practice, which has continued for centuries, is not just a spectacle for visitors. It is a symbol of the unique harmony between humans and wildlife in Ethiopia. The people of Harar believe that feeding the hyenas brings good fortune and prevents them from attacking livestock, making this a tradition deeply embedded in the city's culture. The breathtaking rock-hewn churches of Ethiopia. Ethiopia is renowned for its incredible architecture, particularly its rock-hewn churches and high-altitude settlements that seem to defy nature. These extraordinary structures, carved directly into mountains and caves, have served as places of worship, refuge, and isolation for centuries. Perhaps the most famous of these sacred sites is Lalibela, home to 11 monolithic churches that were chiseled from solid rock in the 12th century. These churches, including Bet Georgis, Church of St. George, are considered one of the greatest architectural wonders of Africa. But Lalibela is not alone. Throughout Ethiopia, other high-altitude settlements also reveal the ingenuity of their builders. In regions near the Rift Valley, many cave churches and fortified dwellings sit atop cliffs and mountains, providing natural protection from invaders while offering spiritual seclusion. These hidden sanctuaries, some built hundreds of meters above ground, demonstrate the fusion of faith, culture, and environmental adaptation that defines Ethiopia's history. Would you climb to these ancient heights to experience Ethiopia's sacred wonders? Let us know in the comments. Ethiopia's unique beauty, a blend of African and Oriental heritage. Ethiopia is not only a land of breathtaking landscapes and rich history, it is also home to one of the most distinct and beautiful populations in Africa. Due to its geographical position at the crossroads of Africa and the Arabian Peninsula, Ethiopia has a unique blend of African and Oriental heritage, resulting in a fascinating diversity of physical features. The grace and elegance of Ethiopian men and women have captivated people around the world, with many achieving international recognition in beauty pageants, fashion, and entertainment. Their striking features, often described as a harmonious mix of African strength and Eastern delicacy, are a testament to the deep cultural exchanges that have shaped Ethiopia over thousands of years. From world-famous models to traditional beauty symbols, Ethiopian beauty reflects the rich history, diversity, and resilience of its people. What do you think makes Ethiopian beauty so unique? Share your thoughts below. A country of wonders waiting to be explored. Churches of Lalibela, From the wild hyena feeders of Harar to the mysteries of ancient traditions, Ethiopia is a land like no other. Its landscapes, cultures, and history are among the most fascinating on Earth. As you can see, Ethiopia is one of the most impressive and mysterious places on the planet. A land rich with endless curiosities, many of which have surely surprised you. But perhaps one of the most remarkable aspects of this ancient land is the discovery of one of the world's most famous and beloved beverages, coffee. According to legend, coffee was discovered by shepherds in the Kaffa region of Ethiopia during the 9th century. They observed that their goats became unusually energetic after consuming the red fruits of a particular bush. Intrigued by this effect, the shepherds began experimenting with the fruits, initially brewing them into an infusion. Soon, this simple beverage became deeply woven into Ethiopian culture, spreading throughout the continent and beyond. The Ethiopian coffee ceremony, a meticulous and ceremonial ritual that highlights coffee's cultural and social significance, has been an integral part of this rich history ever since. Today, Ethiopian coffee is celebrated for its exceptional quality and the diverse flavors unique to the regions and altitudes where it's grown. Ethiopia remains one of the largest producers of high-quality coffee in the world, with its coffee revered by connoisseurs for its distinct flavor profile and cultural heritage. The discovery of coffee in Ethiopia not only gave birth to one of the world's most beloved drinks but also underscored the deep connection between this country, nature, and its timeless traditions. We hope you enjoyed exploring Ethiopia with us. As you've seen, it's a land of captivating beauty and fascinating traditions, offering a glimpse into the past full of history and mystery. If you were surprised or inspired by what you learned, please don't forget to leave us a comment and hit that like button. And don't miss the next video, where we continue to explore the wonders, mysteries, and curiosities that make our beautiful planet truly unique. Click on it. You're in for a treat.